Good morning, this is Stephanie Farrell, and I just wanted to show you guys my demo that I do at the shows. I'm sitting here at MQX Midwest, and this is the demo that I'll be doing all week, showing our two different ruler feet. We make a 1/2 inch ruler foot and then also a 1/4 inch ruler foot. And the reason for the two different sizes is because we offer two different sizes of templates. One is more for like larger size quilts, the other for smaller projects. And the difference between these feet and your traditional free motion foot is this little spring right here. That spring allows that foot to jump up and down. And when it does that, it will not work with our templates. Our templates are made specifically for these feet. I do have the small one on my machine now, but the templates look like this. And that little tiny foot there, that 1/4 inch part, actually sits right down inside that little groove. Once it's in the groove, because it doesn't hop, it glides right around in that path. It's kind of like bumper cars, you know, you can't get out of the path, and that's kind of how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the demo so you can see how this all works. Like I said, I do have the small ruler foot on my machine now, and at the shows here we do offer a beginner set, which includes the 5 templates here, which do a wide variety of different quilting designs and so on. When I'm first getting started, first thing I do is I wax my table and the throat of my machine. And on the back of my templates, they make all kinds of different products that you can use. I personally use hot glue, just regular old hot glue from a hot glue gun. And you can see the little lines of it here around the back of side of my template. And that allows my template to grip the fabric, because the key to being able to use rulers successfully is being able to move your fabric and your template at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how these few rulers work. It's, like I said, what is in my beginner set. So these are the rulers that I demonstrate first and foremost. We do have many other designs, so but these are just what is in that starter set here. So I've got my quilt sandwich, and I'm going to put it under my foot and choose my template, which I'm going to show you the meander or stipple now. And I'm going to put my template down, and the foot is going to go down inside that little groove right there. So if you can see that that foot is in there. So what I'm going to do first is just hand crank and bring up my bobbin thread to the top. And once my bobbin thread's up to the top, put my foot back down in that little groove there. And I'm just going to do a couple little stitches so that I can lock that in. That way I can get rid of the tail here, because otherwise I've been known to sew myself in here. So foot's down in that groove, and all I'm going to do is support the template as I move the fabric and the template around. So I'm just going to, you know, it's super easy to move the fabric, and all I'm going to do is move my fabric and template. My stitch line will remain right in the center of that path, and stitch all the way around. And notice how I'm moving my fingers just to give a little bit of support to the template as I'm going. And when we get all the way here to the end, we're going to stop, kneel down, and twist the template. So now I'm just going to continue quilting. So I'm going to do that all the way across the entire row of a quilt, which makes life so much easier. So I'm doing absolutely no marking. And keep in mind, this is an edge-to-edge pattern. Now we do offer other templates that are going to give you those extra special things like embroiders and sashings and things. Because, you know, we don't want to just do necessarily a plain Jane all over pattern. But there's what the stitch out looks like after doing, you know, a couple of turns here. I'm going to show you the other one that comes in the kit for edge-to-edge quilting, and that is our clouds. So here's what the template looks like. I personally like this one better than just the plain stipple, just because I think it's a little bit more consistent. It's not quite so random, I guess is the word I want to use. So again, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I've got my quilt sandwich here, got my hot glue on the back of the template. Foot is going to again drop down in one end or the other, doesn't matter which. There's no right or wrong. Pull my bobbin thread up to the top and floss. A couple little stitches here in the end and get rid of these tails. Now we're going to go ahead and stitch across. Now this is not by far not magic, and it's not automatically going to give you the perfect stitch length. You do have to control that on your own, and you do have to move the fabric, you know, at a consistent speed in order to accomplish a really nice even stitch length. A couple of tips that I use when I'm doing this as far as stitch length is concerned, I use turn my foot pedal around backwards, and that gives me just on and off instead of over and over the same, you know, I'm not running the gas pedal like my car then. So there's what that looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and move on right away here to the next template, which is our spine tool. This is called the Flourish. Now this little guy I use for lots of different things, but it is primarily used to do spines. So you can use this side or this side, whichever you so choose. But this is a great tool. Typically in our borders and sashings, we use spines to build off of, to build our designs off of. Okay, so again, I'm going to put my foot down. I'm going to pull my bobbin thread up to the top again. Well, I didn't catch it. I guess I cut that off a little too short there in the bobbin case. Let's see if we can get it to come up now. All right, foot down, pull the bobbin thread up to the top. There we go. A couple little stitches. And this guy, like I said, it is a spine tool, so we will not be working inside of a path. So I'm going to just put that right down along the foot there, and the foot goes right up against it tight, and all I'm going to do is stitch right along the edge. And at the end, I'll stop needle down and slide. And this template will just repeat that same pattern over and over so that I get a nice even wavy line from that quarter side. Stop, and now you can see the nice even wavy line that, you know, that one we struggle for and have to, you know, use all kinds of things to mark. I use the exact same tool here to do leaves, and I did a lot of leaves when I first started because they were simple and they didn't have to all be exactly the same. So when I'm doing the leaves, I'm going to stitch from here to here, and all I'm going to do is put that template right against the edge of the foot and stitch out, stop, turn my template around and stitch back, now I've got a perfect little leaf shape there. I'm going to use this part of just to give me a little spine. And you see that I've got a really nice leaf. I use the same spine then to use to do my feathers. The feather tool is one of the tools that you're going to want to put hot glue on both sides because we're going to use feathers going both directions. So when doing the feathers, we're just going to slide that template in around the foot like that. And we can make our feathers longer or shorter just by sliding our template in or out. We're going to come out around the hook, back to the top. There's actually a registration line that runs across there. I'm sure it's hard to see on the video, but there is a registration line. You're going to stop there. And all I'm going to do is slide the template over so I'm back in the tip of that hook and slide it all the way around, back down to the front. So I'm actually creating two feathers without only moving my template one time. So now I'm going to slide my template up. I want to make sure that that feather I just completed crosses over in that path, and I'm just going to stitch out around that hook, back to the top, stop, bump that over to the tip of that hook, and stitch back down to the spine a second time. Slide my template, and I'm just going to continue these same two movements over and over to get a really nice feather without ever having to mark a single one. So you can see what that feather looks like there. Pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty darn good. Far better than I can try to do if I'm trying to do free motion work. And this is the last template in our beginner set. This is our Scapula Swirl. I call it my swirly whirly tool. I love this guy, but I happen to love swirls. So I use this for all kinds of things, but primarily I'm using it in sashings and borders and things like that. Again, I'm going to pull that bobbin thread up to the top. And do a couple little stitches. Trim my threads. And this little guy, the hook here actually will hook right in behind that foot. Now all I'm going to do is stitch out right along the edge there, all the way around the inside of that little curl, back out. When I get to this point, I'm going to stop, move my template, turn it over. Now again, this is a template that I use the hot glue on both sides as well, because I'm flipping it back and forth. And now I'm going to stitch it again, and I get swirls. So like in a fashion or a border, they look really good. They're consistently the same size, which is, you know, I can't just do that. So I use templates for all of these things because my quilting, like I said, free motion quilting for me has been very, very hard. So this is just one of the many things that I do. Now I do have a YouTube channel you can go to, and it'll show you some more things that you can do. And you can also look on our website. But that's what the swirls look like. So you can see how nice they're going to look in a sashing or a bordered. And like I said, you know, far better than I can do any other way. So if you're interested in any of these things, you can go to our website. It's www.cscountrystitchin.com. You can purchase there. If you use the code NEWST10, it will give you a 10% discount off of your purchases. Any purchases over $65 do ship for free every day of the week. So like I said, hop on over, check it out, and you know, feel free to check out our YouTube. It's under Country Stitchin', all one word, as well. So it's a great resource for all your different rulers and things and how they work. So enjoy. Thank you so very much. Bye-bye.